Hello, and welcome to the My Friend Jimmy YouTube channel. This is the 5 minute speaking challenge. I need to set a 5 minute. So, 5 minutes. The purpose of this channel is just for me to um, practice speaking to a camera. I heard on a Twitter post, it was obvious the challenge is every day 5 minutes speaking to a camera, record yourself, and just it improves. Obviously, it'll improve my speaking, hopefully, which I want to get good at because I've noticed in these videos that I am very bad at speaking. This is also the third take, so I run out of momentum as I'm going, and I I know that from watching the videos back that it is pretty boring when I'm just mumbling and don't know what I'm talking about. So that's something I would like to improve. Also, I've decided that this is take 3, so as long as everything's recording right, I'm not going to stop. I'm not allowed to do more than 3. So let's see how that goes. But what I've been trying to talk about for this one, I've chosen the topic of meditation just because it's become not a big part of my life, but I do it a lot and it's helped me a lot, and it's definitely been something that I don't talk to anyone about really. I'm like, oh yeah, I do my meditations, but I never really go deep into what I'm actually doing. It's kind of just a thing I have with myself. But it started like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I just kept hearing about it in podcasts and famous people talking about it, and like David Lynch and like Matthew McConaughey and blah, 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 blah. You'd hear it all the time. And if for something to be talked so much, it must be beneficial. So I went and did my first. I think I just went on YouTube and did a guided meditation, and I think the first one I ever did, I was sitting here. I remember it vividly, and I had my first ever experience, which I get a lot now, but I'd never experienced before, which is that point when you go from just closing your eyes, seeing black, to that expansion when you kind of everything just goes black, but instead of being like a flat, it goes everywhere. And I remember sitting here and going, what the heck was that? And it was crazy. And so then I just kind of started chasing that feeling and started doing it. Even when I first started, I couldn't even sit on the floor. I could sit for like 10 minutes, so I'd have to stretch my legs out. And then like after probably 10 or 20 periods of sitting on the floor for half an hour, it's amazing how your body actually gets used to it. Like my whole life, I've been the most unflexible person. I couldn't sit cross-legged on the floor, and now I can sit I do it for 30 minutes, but I could probably do it for an hour cross-legged, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it was Muji. It's like if you literally type in on YouTube, it's the first guy that comes out, and he's a sick dude. He's does very simple meditations, but I then started to get into the more yogi style, where I listened to some very cool guys. Like the main one is, well, it was like it started off with Alan Watts, and then like the Power of Now dude, and then I got into my main ones, which is like old yogis from like the 60s and stuff. And one of them is Sri Ramana Maharishi. But yeah, I was thinking the other day, I had a really good analogy of what meditating actually is. And now I can't stop thinking about this analogy whenever I'm actually meditating. So I thought it'd be cool to share, but pretty much that's the 5 minutes. So I'm going to keep going. But what meditating is imagine, or I'm doing it at night. So my night meditations is imagine you're a snow globe and you've been shaken up all day and the snow is your thoughts. And so you finally go sit down. It's quiet, and you now become the snow globe that's been put down. And when you first start, your thoughts are like completely covers everything. It's all white, and as you're sitting there, the more quiet you breathe your nose, and you settle. And as time goes by, the thoughts come, and they come into your focus, and you look at it and you focus on it, then it falls away. Then you focus on the next one, it falls away. And then the next one catches you and it falls away. And eventually it gets to a point where there's no more snow and it's just clear. And then you can see, and you're at that point where there's nothing left. There's no more thoughts left. And besides the thought that I exist, and I've gone further though. I think I have a theory that I don't know if the last thought is I am, or if there's actually the thought of I need to breathe, because gets one of the things I've found to get myself into the most meditative state is to do like a Wim Hof and then hold your breath as hard as you can, and you're restricting that first desire you have is to breathe. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to talk more about meditation. It's I do it every day, so it's a big part of my life at the moment. And yeah, that was fun to talk about.